What's up guys, and welcome back to the channel. In today's video we're revisiting an old article in which I really didn't get a chance to finish uploading onto YouTube. Now for some strange reason it was taken down after I went through the whole process of making this video several times over and trying to upload, and just after a while I gave up. But I am revisiting it again, seeing as the story was recently shared on Facebook and someone tagged me in it, and then I let them know that today was going to be the day that I was going to attempt to put this video back up there. Now this is a very sensitive kind of subject. It's very near and dear to my heart, and as you can see in the title, two men wrongfully convicted of 1976 murder, freed after 43 years behind bars. Now, I'm going to play the actual video. I'm not going to go through reading the actual article, seeing as the video pretty much sums up the entire article and it gives you more information, behind the title of the video, obviously. Now, just after reading the title alone, you guys probably felt sorry for these two men, because being behind bars is definitely throwing away your life. But being wrongfully convicted of something that you didn't do and you were punished for that long, and the fact that now they are being released, you know what I'm saying, after being in for so long, it's life changing indeed, because you've been in for so long and literally life has changed on you. You are forgotten in the world. So just watch this video with me. Sorry about the fire truck noise in the background. It must be a fire nearby or something. I can't silence that, obviously. So alright, it's gone. Well, it's still there, but it's leaving from my area. But as I say, let's just watch this and then I'll just give you some more thoughts after the video is over. If you're new to this channel, I'm going to get this out the way right now. Be sure to subscribe and leave a thumbs up if you find this video very interesting. Or if you find it disturbing, let me know why in the comment section. And honestly, if you were in these two men's shoes, how would you feel after being released for being inside for 43 years? Let me know your reactions and your thoughts also in the comment section, guys. Without further ado, here is that actual news report coming straight from ABC News.
Now to the two men set free after being wrongfully convicted of murder 42 years ago.
One of them even faced the death penalty, but thanks to newly discovered evidence, they're tasting freedom for the first time since 1976. This morning, finally free.
Praise the Lord.
Nathan Myers and his uncle, Clifford Williams, walked out of prison and kissed the ground. A recent review found the two men from Jacksonville were wrongly convicted of murder 42 years ago.
Nervous, because I feel like I'm still locked up.
Myers and Williams have maintained their innocence since they were charged in the 1976 death of Jeanette Williams and the shooting of her roommate. In 2017, Myers wrote a letter to the state's attorney hoping the newly formed Innocence Project would look at the case.
His letter sat for a year because at that time, the Conviction Integrity Unit was still just an idea.
The team reviewed the case and found a witness account contradicted the evidence. It turns out witnesses who could have provided the men with an alibi were never called to testify. And even more shocking, their defense attorneys at the time never entered any evidence to support their case. The Innocence Project concluded the men were not only wrongfully convicted, but likely innocent. It's the first time in Florida's history that a conviction reversal has been initiated by prosecutors.
We would only devote our resources to those cases where petitioners had pled claims that could be substantiated, claims of actual innocence.
The case all the more disturbing because Williams, who's now 76, was initially facing the electric chair.
My mother, she died while I was on death row. And I just wanted to get out and be with my.
Wrongfully convicted people are eligible for compensation from the state, but reports say Williams isn't eligible because of his prior felonies.
We saw an opportunity to transform medical imaging by turning 2D scans into 3D renderings. The computing power of Verizon 5G ultra-wideband will allow us to do this. We turn now to the two men set free after.
So just after watching that, you guys, that was very, very sad. And as I said, it's very near and dear to my heart because I do know a couple of people that are serving time right now who have been wrongfully committed of a crime. And a lot of times this actually happens because certain people are just in the wrong place at the wrong time. And that was probably the case back then. Now, thinking about the time growing up in 1976, obviously none of us were around during this time, but this is still part of like the racial kind of time period in which, if you've seen a black man running away from a crime scene, of course you were pointing fingers and going to accuse these guys because you've seen them there, you know? So this was the situation. And then, as they said during that time, a lot of stuff wasn't even, created in order for them to, try to reverse this process. So they had no other choice but to sit there in jail for years and wait on a miracle. And that miracle finally came, and it took that long. And one of them was on death row. Now, if you guys don't know what death row is, honestly, you're like they said, you're being, presented to the death chair. Now you're going to be electrified with, extremely high voltage, which can kill a man. Now, that right there is a scary situation in which nobody wants to go like that. You know what I'm saying? Even if you're inside, you would rather, go by natural cause, like of old age or like some sort of like poisoning or something. But going to the electric chair and being barbecued to a crisp, that is crazy. And the fact that that is actually a thing in jail is crazy enough because some people, as they mentioned, with the fact that they were in there for that long, there is no hope in jail. You know what I'm saying? They don't care. They don't care that he was an old man. They were still going to put this man in an electric chair and barbecue his ass. Like, that's crazy. That is seriously crazy, And there's literally nothing you can do about it. You know what I'm saying? Once you pay the price, you're in all the way. You know what I'm saying? There is no refunds. There is no do-overs. There is no time machine. Once you get thrown in jail, they throw away the key and that's it. They don't care. They don't give a shit about you in there. You know what I mean? That's why there's so many things going on behind bars and there's nothing to be done about the situation because honestly, they don't care about anyone inside. You know, they figure you're in here and you're going to remain in here, for however long you've been sentenced. But now the fact that they're out, after all this time, as I said, life has changed on them, literally and physically. They've been inside for that many years. You know what I'm saying? They missed so much. So much that they missed on TV, so much that they missed out in their neighborhoods. And as this guy said, he was on death row and, his mother passed. So just him getting out, he would have thought he was going to have a chance to see her again. And yet she's gone, you know? And he spent all that time in there. all this time not being able to see relatives, family members, you know what I'm saying? Not being able to see the world's growth. Because you're inside, man, there is no walls, there is no windows for you to look out. It's just walls. You know what I'm saying? Just very depressing brick, cement block walls. Now, me personally, I never been to jail, but I had people tell me stories, of their overnight, you know what I'm saying, kind of situations, or their weeks that they spent in jail. And a lot of people could tell you that it's no joke in there. You know what I'm saying? So my message to you guys is definitely always do the right thing. If you see something, do say something, and don't get caught up in the act. Now, what I mean by that is basically don't catch yourself in the wrong place at the wrong time, because just by you being there, they're going to categorize you as an accessory to the crime or to a murder. You know what I'm saying? And all they need is that solid evidence that you were present during the time, and they're going to lock your ass up. Now, unless you have a good lawyer or your story holds up in court, you might get lucky. But the chances of that is slim to none. Now I'm going to end this video. Hopefully you take this with a huge, with a huge grain of salt, because this right here is actuality. You know what I'm saying? This is reality right here. And this sometimes is needed for us to wake up sometimes. You know what I'm saying? So if you got friends and family members and stuff, out there doing what they do and acting all hard and gangster and stuff like that, let them know that this right here is life. I'll catch you guys in the next video. As always, peace out.